Welcome back, everybody, to the Red Dragon Xix Log series. If you don't know what's going on right now, hopefully you're curious enough to stick around to find out. If not, thanks for just checking out the video. So today is December 28th, Saturday 2024 at 3:41 p.m. in the afternoon. Today I will be logging about my imperfections, and I know this is probably gonna come to a shocker to a lot of people. I think before I even go into my imperfection, I think people expect everybody to have a realistic view of themselves as far as like a whole list of shit that's just so terrible or bad about them. But for me personally, I literally only have two major imperfections. Any other like minor imperfections I might have, that's just due to like regular human error type thing. So something major on my end, I would say something as far as like anything that you can control, like maybe lying, being, backstabbing people, untrustworthy. I think what is the six pillars of something? I forgot what it was. We learned it in school, but that's the six pillars that build character. The character flaws to me should be at an all-time minimal. That is my personal theory or whatever the case may be. But the two that I do have might be character flaws, so I think they both fall under the same thing. So for anybody that might come across this after after I fall off the planet, my main two character flaws is bloodlust or violence, and well, I'm putting bloodlust and violence in the same one, so I want to make that clear. I feel like I ain't say that right, so let me get that straightened out. And then bloodlust or violence, and I'm gonna say I'm a risk taker. So those are my main two, and anything else is pretty much a minor. I get it. I feel like everybody gonna say everybody lie, or everybody everybody have a time where they gonna backstab somebody or betray somebody, betrayal, treachery, shit like that. When people say that kind of stuff, understand, I feel like they literally projecting, or they don't understand like why somebody wouldn't if they had the opportunity. That's exactly the way I see it. I feel like when people say that, they projecting, and the only people that will be lying about lying will most likely, obviously, a liar. And and to find out if somebody a liar, I think across the board as a human, you have to take time to see if somebody a liar. I don't think you can point and tell and be like, this person liar, this person ain't a liar. Now, I do say there's just certain things about people, like when you look at them, I think we all have prejudgments when we look at certain people and be like, no, this motherfucker look like whatever, but that's reading a book by its cover, right? So unless you can just read a book by its cover, I think that's the only way to tell if somebody, not that you can read a book by its cover, but I'm saying is if that's what you just going off of what somebody look like or your past experiences, there's no real way to tell if somebody a liar without time and some effort. That's just what it, unless you God. I always say that. That's why I tell people all the time, I'm not God. I can't have eyes on you, so I pay attention to patterns. I pay attention to micro shit that you do. Everybody's always so focused on the majors. They don't look at the micros too much, because your majors gonna show off rip. No, my bad. Your micros gonna show off rip. Your majors is what people, I think, focus on trying to hide. So that's what I think. When people be like, oh, there's no such thing as somebody can do this or do that, they only project it. It's the same way when people, when I don't know, I'll probably go into this when I have a friendship log. What I think about friendships, it's when they even say shit like men and women can't just be friends, or any man that just want to be friends with a woman is gay, or the woman is friend zone because she ugly, or vice versa. That's a whole nother thing I want to go into. But yeah, imperfections to me is definitely, I think that's just a part of life, as in this life, because I believe in another life, God coming back and wiping this shit clean. So let me get on my imperfections, because I do be getting to rambling. So my bloodlust. This is the way I break bloodlust down to people. I encourage everybody to always look up what bloodlust mean by definition first, and then I give them like my personal takes out of it, out of the definition, like what applies to me. Bloodlust to me is more like, it is the desire to really want to harm somebody, but the parts that's in me, because I'm a noble warrior, or I have honor, so I'm not just walking around with this intent to want to do something or hurt innocent people. It don't happen like that. So this is the way. Okay, so let me give y'all my analogy. Well, not my analogy, my example of me. Like, this is what it applies to me. So I'm only gonna speak about myself and the bloodlust I attach to myself. Bloodlust is the format is in the form of like the format would be like a sexual thing and not like a hunger thing. The term lust is inside of it, so this is what I mean by the format. Obviously, bloodlust do not have nothing to do with nothing being sexual, but people that don't understand, they gonna probably can't put 2 and 5 together and understand what a format is. So the format of the where the appetite is coming from, it will be like a sexual appetite, but it's not sexual. Instead of like a regular human biological appetite of like just having an appetite for food. So you know how you might be, male or female, I guess. If you have a lust for something, that's a specific thing, or you have a lust for a specific body type as a man. You might, like thick women, skinny women, whatever. And when you come across those women, that's when your lust spark up. 9 times out of 10 on a daily basis, when you walking across, hundreds of women a day, they not even on your radar, and then you just see that one woman just like, ooh, like, yeah, she nice, I will, yeah, that's what I mean by the bloodlust. So that's what that is versus being hungry. Hungry is like, oh yeah, you cool, but that's inevitable. 4 hours, or when you first wake up, you inevitably will get hungry, and then you just might have a taste for something, and you just might just eat anything, and that's the bloodlust part that I don't have, where I'm just waking up want to hurt anything. I have a specific type, so it's more like the sexual type of lust, where there's a certain type of situation I would want before the combat in me, just the fire in me that want to do combat even spark up. So if I'm walking out in a situation outside and everybody cool and happy, I'm cool and happy. There's nothing in my brain is walking around feeling like I just want to hurt somebody innocent. Now, do I have that energy of, yeah, but that's why I hit the gym. The fiery energy that I walk around with on a daily basis, what I do have on a daily, I hit the gym, I do all that kind of stuff. So I just make sure, I'm using up some of that energy for that. But as far as like, yeah, the intent to just want to hurt innocent people, no. Now, when I'm out and I'm in a certain setting, store, gas station, whatever, it will get like, if somebody walk in looking for smoke, then that's the situation. It's like, ooh, okay, that just ignited my fire, because he seemed like he won't smoke, but I won't smoke too. Like, let's get it. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, people are like, man, you seem like a nice dude. You seem like a very kid. I'll be in the back of my head like, oh, okay, dude, I don't know. I guess I do seem like a nice person, I guess. But really, I'm just more of it depends what type of energy you giving off. So yeah, that's one of, I say that's I guess that's a imperfection flaw of mine, because I understand the situation it can get me in and the situations it has gotten me in. Hence my last log, almost said vlog, it's talking about my death and how I embrace it. But that's why, because I know that part. In that part, I do not plan on getting rid of. In my next log, I am talking about perfection, or how I'm perfectly imperfect. So it will be perfection the next log. But yeah, I'm gonna focus on the imperfections right now. And yeah, double check the tippy time. Okay. And then, okay, so let's talk about me being a risk taker then. Me being a risk taker is obviously another imperfection / flaw on my end, based off of I'm a risk taker, a very high risk taker on like a lot of levels. High risk taker, but it really depends what it is. I don't risk with any and everything. I don't have like a stupidity for a risk. So example, I'm not going to go jump off of a fucking cliff to see if I can land inside of a stream of water and hopefully not hit my head. That's not the type of risk I'm willing to take, because to me that's just, there's no point in doing that. Anything that I'm caring about, I would do it. So another example, but let's say, I don't know, maybe it's a fear of jumping off of heights into a bigger body of water. I would do that, because that's just like, okay, I'll do that. The odds of you smacking the water, being knocked out, and being able to drown, I have seen something like that before. So yeah, that goes pretty high if you're not knowing what you're doing. But I would risk that, because my only thing, part of that risk is, as long as I'm hitting the water, I'm cool. But I'm not willing to jump off a cliff to hit rocks trying to hit a small stream of water. So hopefully that made sense. I articulated that right. So that's the type of risk taker I am, and that's just how I was with life when it came to taking risk. Risking, once again, I always bring this up because it's the best way to explain to people that's, I guess, semi in the matrix, or they don't just see my point of view fully. I'm gonna say, I don't want to play nobody like they ignorant or they always living in the matrix if they don't understand what I'm saying. I don't want to come off that way, but I know I can if I don't articulate everything right. I always use this example of me risk taking because life, I think everybody in general just understand life. Risking being old, single, no kids, all that, never married, everything like that, risking that's a high risk I'm willing to take to chase whatever I want to chase, whether that's achieving me being an entrepreneur, having my own, or simply being cool and fine with, staying alone and just not having it. Because I'm also that way too. I'm like 50-50 on that. If I never get it, I'm okay with that. But do I want it? Yes. That's a high caliber, high thing on my list, is to reprocreate. That's the last thing on my list I really need to do in life. I guess before I do hit my deathbed, I would want to do that. But if it don't happen, it just don't happen. But it's something high on my list. So yeah, I guess that's the only two major, things I can say is that's my main imperfections. Any other thing that you can probably think of is micro. I'm very transparent. As you can see, I don't believe somebody could do years and years and years. Not that they couldn't hide shit, but I'm saying like years and years and years of, putting their actual life on the internet. Like there's times I'm not cutting out a lot of shit. I didn't cut out a lot of shit that make me cringe. I'm not cutting it out. So it's just like, but that's how raw I wanted it, because see, I never thought of it from a perspective of what if I get these people, these audience, this, that, and the third. Like I would want an audience so I could do this shit long term, or full time I should say, but it's always for documentation no matter what, because I go back to the older vlogs and I see when I was younger, more youthful looking, etc. So that'll be the end of this log. I guess I'll just hit y'all up in the next one, and yeah, I'll be seeing y'all, man.